Hot dog. Hot dog. Alright, we're live. What up, what up, what up? Alright, let's get this started, y'all. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. Thank y'all so much for being here. Please hit that like and share. I will see y'all in a second. Alright, what's going on, y'all? Let me close this out. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank y'all so much for being here. Happy 4th of July, dude. I hope y'all are having a good day. I wanted to do this stream a little bit earlier than we normally do because I figured there's probably going to be, some of y'all are probably going to be doing something. I'm getting the low Wi-Fi signal. My computer was glitching. I really hope this is working. It didn't portend very well. I mean, as soon as I started the stream, my laptop just started freezing up. And I wasn't able to click off of Moldy's comment, so hopefully this is coming through good for y'all. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's super hot outside right now, so that could be one of the reasons why the laptop is screwing up a little bit, because it is hot, dude. This laptop is burning up like it's got a damn freaking fever or something, dude. This laptop is hot. So let me know how the audio is coming through. Let me know how the video visuals is, and let me know if you guys have any plans for tonight. I am gonna be on my old man shit, dude. I'm not doing nothing. I'm gonna be hopefully sleeping. Hopefully, I say hopefully because this whole week I've been having a really hard time sleeping. We've been working crazy long hours with the ice season. You know, July 4th is a big day for ice. So we've been working 12-hour days, and I have gotten, I think, on average 2 to 3 hours of sleep every night. Like, insomnia has just been at a full dial up to 11, so bad. So I'm brain fried right now. So pardon me for being slightly more retarded than usual because I am barely conscious right now. I made a post earlier in the week saying that I wasn't guaranteeing a radio stream this week. I still am hoping to do that. I'm hoping to do that tomorrow night. Um, so keep a lookout for that. We may do a radio today. We might like cap this stream off with a radio show. I'll see how y'all are feeling. See how I am feeling. It does feel a little bit weird though if we do it when the sunshine is still out. It's just not really the perfect vibe for it, but I do have one pulled up, so we could do that. Today, I had a couple of simple things to do together, mainly being the AI music app that I showed you guys last time. I made a post earlier today talking about how I made a Morrowind rap song. So I was going to show you all that, and then if anybody has any ideas for something that they might want to see us turn into a song, y'all can let me know, and we can mess around with this with these AI apps together. I got some stories to tell you from work today, one AI related story to tell, and one just random crazy thing that happened at work, but it's not that crazy, but it's kind of funny. Um, what else? What else? And then I guess we could talk a little bit about July 4th and about America and whatnot. So before we get started, why don't we just go through. What's up, Jason? Good to see you, homeboy. Exposing powerful rap skills. Dude, nobody can match my bars, even if they tried. Gearing up to grill in about an hour. Super hot by me, too. Nice, dude. What are you grilling, bro? What are you grilling? I just had some food, so I'm all full. Uh, AV, good. Thank you. It wanted to savor the apple going to work in 4 hours. All right, man. Nice, dude. Get it, bro. Is it, are you in our time zone right now? Are you on East Coast time? Or are you working late shift, or are you just in a totally different time zone? And because it's the 4th of July, I think we should probably just tell everyone who is an American, time to go, buddy. Time to go. This one's for us only. I'm not sure who here is an American, but whoever it is needs to get out. You need to get out. If you don't like it, you can get out. Today's America Day. What are we exposing today? We're exposing you, you Australian bastard. Get out of here. Looking way too tidy. Yeah, I know, dude. It's so weird, bro. It's so weird. And now, like, my hair is too big for my face, so now I gotta get a haircut, dude. It's just one thing after another, dude. You try to clean up a little bit, and then you gotta clean up a bunch more. It's just stupid. Get out! If you don't like it, you can get out. Man, 4th of July, it's hard not to be patriotic, all right? I've seen a lot of people posting, patriotism is, obviously our faith is the number one thing. Obviously, America, yes. Or, I'm sorry, obviously our faith is the number one thing in our life. Obviously, our patriotism should not come before our faith, but it's hard not to love America, even with all of the bad stuff. And, like, there's a lot, okay? There's a lot of really bad things about this country. First and foremost being all of the abortion and all of the horrible things that this country has allowed to take place. But it's still like you look into the founding, and even though the founders weren't all great people, it's like it's hard not to just feel pride in like how cool that that whole thing was, dude, and how badass it was, dude. So I guess if there's any day of the year to just sort of celebrate, we're pretty cool guys here, man. Here in America, we're pretty cool, dude. I mean, like, I don't want to speak for myself, but like, we're pretty cool. Challenge Mark Rattel to a rap battle, dude. I'm straight up using AI to rap, bro. I can't rap. Mark Rattel, he can spit beats, dude. I saw that post he made. I was like, damn boy, damn white boy, get it. Get your bars, dude. Where do babies come from? Moldy, that's a conversation you and me are gonna have to have in the DMs. Okay, I don't think that's a public conversation to have. I don't really want to be talking about pelicans out in public. It's kind of weird. Second worst thing being Indians, absolutely. And being a Tuscarora Indian myself, they're filthy savages, and it's a good thing that we conquered them. It's a good thing that we conquered us, since I'm a mutt between Tuscarora and European. So I could be like, I conquered myself. Dot, not sorry, excuse me. I was doing a little self-deprecating. When you're talking about the bad Indians, yes, they are the worst thing for sure. For sure, I do think that it would probably not hurt us in the slightest bit if we just Got rid of them whole cloth, just whole cloth. If you're from that part of the world, just stay there, please. We could maybe keep 5% for tech support, but the rest of you gotta go, dude. You gots to go. All right. So, anyways, what should we start off with? Well, I guess I could tell you guys. Okay. So today at work, I was wearing my Trump shirt in the morning because it was cold. So I just threw on a T-shirt and then I threw on my button up, and then about halfway through the day, I took the T-shirt off and just kept the button up on. But I had my Trump shirt on. Didn't even think about it, I just wear it all. I wear my Trump shirt. I'll wear an Infowars shirt at work, and I just sort of walk around forgetting that, like, oh yeah, this is kind of controversial. And I've almost never get anybody saying anything bad. Like sometimes you'll get people come up and they're like, nice. But I almost never get anybody saying bad because most of the liberals now, or most of the people who are vehemently like, Trump derangement or whatever, they're like sort of in remission at this point, or they're in hiding, or they're in the closet. They don't have the confidence to like assault you like they did in 2016, 2018, 2020, 2022 because they know they're in the minority at this point. But I was at work and somebody had parked in front of the ice box. So I got out of the truck to kind of get ready to back up the truck, and I was standing in front of the store by myself, and somebody's driving past, and this dude, this like I don't want to say neckbeard, but like this sort of like troll looking guy leans out and he goes, "Fucking faggot." And this wasn't my proudest moment, but I should have been graceful and I should have been like, "God bless you, brother." But I was like, "Oh, boo, boo, boo." I just started doing that. Let's go, boo, 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 boo. And and so he just said that and drove away, and I was like, "Oh my God, what gay, so gay." I figured that was going to be the end of it. So the person who was parked in front of the icebox moves. I back the truck up. My driver comes out, and we walk into the store. And I go, "Dude, did you hear that guy?" And he's like, "What?" And I explained to him what happened. And I was like, "How gay is that, bro? Like, what the hell?" And he's like, "Oh my God, is he still here?" And I turned to look, and the guy came back, and he was standing right behind us, like 4 or 5 feet behind us. He circled back because he was gonna scrap with me, right? And then he must have came into the store, saw me and my driver standing there, and you could just tell he wasn't going to say nothing. Like, you could just tell he was like, "Ooh," because my driver is also Native American. He's Cayuga, and he's not like a jacked dude or anything, but he looks pretty tough, right? And so this guy probably saw me and was like, "Oh, I'm going to get into an argument with him." And then as soon as he saw that I wasn't alone, he just kept his mouth shut. But he like straight up came back for that. But you knew he came back for that purpose. So I glance over, and Sean goes, "Is he still here?" And I glance over right as he says that, and I see the guy sitting there, and I go, "No, no, I think he left." But how gay is that, dude? Imagine being a full grown ass man and thinking about Trump all day. Like, imagine being a full grown ass man with Trump derangement syndrome. Dude is such a little bitch. And I walked out, and we got and filled the icebox, and I didn't see him anymore. But I was like. It's like, that was kind of fun, I know I handled that very badly. I shouldn't be like that, but it's pretty hilarious that this guy straight up just rolled up and then just chickened out like so hardcore, and I saw it, and like I tried to play it off like I didn't recognize him, but I am sure he could tell, but I was like, what a little bitch that guy is. I think he's gone, but man, he's a little bitch. So that was fun. Anyways, so that was one that was one thing that happened today. What a perfect day for that to happen, it being America Day. And say what you will about Trump, I'm happy. I'm happy with how things are going. I think people get so lasered in on the headlines. I think they think that like being like politically astute means that you like follow the headlines, and it's like, "Oh, I checked the news today and I saw 3 stories, and I'm keeping up with the politics and stuff." And you can get the idea that like, "Oh, Trump's doing nothing." It's like all Trump's doing is Israel stuff. That's it. Trump's like a Netanyahu puppet, and like that's all that's going on. And that stuff pisses me off really bad too. It's like, you know, uh, earlier in the week or whatever, they've said Netanyahu's coming to Washington D.C. and it makes you want to like rip your hair out and scream. You're like, what are we doing? Why? Why are we doing this now? Oh, for the love of God, why are we doing this now? Can we please get something else done first? Do this in the second half of your administration, please. Like, you're not making this easy for us at all. But again, like you see this all over Instagram. You see people like screaming about Israel and how Trump's betrayed us all and he's done nothing good. And it's like, dude, like a lot of stuff is getting done. I am very grateful that things have gone the way they have. I'm not happy with everything that's happening. Politics is full of compromise and disappointment. That's why it's fake and gay. That's why it's super lame. But it's like, dude, we were faced with the Kamala Harris, establishment puppet show or something good happening. And we're seeing all sorts of deportations. They're ramping up now. AOC was on Blue Sky today freaking out about, oh, they're passing this bill and ICE is getting so much money and they're going to be bigger than the FBI and the CIA combined. And I'm just like, yes, let's go. Let's go. We're going to get so many more deportations now. That's awesome. So I'm happy. I'm happy with a lot of the developments that have been happening. And obviously, like I say, politics, you never get what you want. You get 10% if you're lucky. And usually you just get all bad. It's normally just nothing but bad things. So it's hard not to be happy when I'm seeing like the basic stuff that I wanted to see done. There was a big thing that a lot of people aren't realizing too is like the Supreme Court victories. Like how freaking awesome is that, dude? We have secured some like major victories recently in the Supreme Court, and I did not see that happening. I just didn't. Like in the beginning, it seemed like the Supreme Court was going to sort of be a problem for us, and it seems now that actually they are ruling in our favor a lot of times when it really matters. So that's been very sort of optimistic, sort of a nice thing to see in the bill that's being passed. We all are, I'm sure, are well aware of all of the annoying things in it, the bad things, the disappointing things, the things that were cut out, the things that we didn't get, and all of the garbage trash that's in there. But one of the things is like Planned Parenthood is getting defunded. That alone is like, imagine, right? Imagine there's no Planned Parenthood getting government money. That's a cause for celebration right there, dude. Yes, Blue Sky is still a thing, and apparently a lot of these Congress people are on it. So that's funny. They're just like hiding themselves in an echo chamber. That's sweet. They should keep up. Keep doing it. Stay there. Go there and stay there. So yeah, I just wanted to give that quick report card with Trump. I could go into all the things that I'm happy about, all the things I'm mad about, but I don't really want to take up too much time doing that. I just want to say you're going to see a lot of people on Instagram bitching and moaning every time one thing happens they don't like and it becomes the sole thing that happens, but literally every day a bunch of stuff is happening. And like I said, back during the election, I don't expect Trump to do what I want him to do. I don't expect him to be the best person ever. I expect him to be who I believe he is, who he appears to be, and it seems like he's following through. So that's pretty dope. Asmongold covers the fall of Blue Sky. Oh, does he? I haven't seen that one, but I only have ever seen clips of Asmongold, but I've definitely liked what I've saw. And of course, I saw the Sam Hyde thing where he mentions Asmongold and Moist Critical and all these like streamers and stuff. That was hilarious. But yeah, so that's my basic report card. Is like I'm happy, and all these people whining, they can keep whining. I don't care. Most of it is just naivety and not really understanding how complicated the political system is now and how just deeply corrupt and deeply disgusting it is. And like, we really don't. I think what we've learned more than anything this go around is that as important as it is to have a president that like you can trust to do a thing that you hire him to do, it is equally as important to have a Congress that is effective and that isn't a bunch of cowards. you know, and that is really sort of a difficult pill to swallow because it's like, boy, that's going to be difficult. I don't think we're going to get that. I don't think we're going to get a Congress that isn't a bunch of scumbags. Like frickin' Ted Cruz. I saw Ted Cruz was like, "Happy 4th of July, everybody." And this is also the 47th anniversary of IDF in battle. And gosh, I'm so inspired by the IDF in Israel. It's like, bro, can you take one day to just not blow on the balls of Israel? Could you just on the day of our independence, could you just keep it on America for once? After the Tucker beatdown, you still are gonna just bow at the altar of the Jews? Like, what the hell did he really say? I'll show you, dude. I shared it on my story. I don't know if this is fake or not, but like, this can't possibly be fake. This is such a Ted Cruz thing to do. I did pull up Instagram for something else, so I'm going to pull it up in a separate tab because I don't want to lose that one, but I'll show you. I mean, it just made me want to throw up in my mouth. It was so stupid. All right, Instagram. Where's my story? Where's Jerry's story? All right. Wait, this is AOC. Happy 4th of July. Today is also the 47th anniversary of the daring NTB raid. I was only 5 at the time, but I remember being inspired by the amazing courage of the IDF team that rescued the hostages and killed the terrorists. I thought, that's a very Texan foreign policy. That's your 4th of July post? The IDF really inspired me at the age of 5. Oh, really? Oh, really, Ted? At 5 years old, he wasn't playing with Tonka trucks. He wasn't watching He-Man. He was watching the Jews slaughter a bunch of Palestinians and being like, "That's a Texan. That's a super Texan way to be, dog. Wow, that's as Texas as cowboy boots and a frickin' bucket, 5-gallon hat, right? A Stetson. That's as Texas as it comes, boys." Oh man, what an ass! Yeah, I can believe it, but I can't. That is the only reason he's there. If he doesn't say that, he's out. I know. That's a fact, dude. That's a fact. What else? I also pulled up Instagram. I guess I might as well just do this now. I pulled up Instagram to show you guys this thing. I've been sharing this a lot, but I'm sure there's many of you who aren't following me on Instagram, so you probably don't see these. But there's been a lot of these videos posted lately that are really funny, and they're like some Orthodox guy has been making videos of cats and like making fun of like Protestants and promoting Orthodox. It's just like funny videos. So like here's an example. But I can't get enough of these, dude.
My way to Transformation Church to get my weekly portion of absolute shallow theology. I'm going to get a full case of sermons with zero depth.
Ah, shit. Hang on. I tried zooming in, but I screwed it up. I guess I can't zoom in, so we're just going to have to watch it like this.
I was making my way to Transformation Church to get my weekly portion of absolute shallow theology. I'm going to get a full case of sermons with zero depth. A few packets of hype, and better yet, no conviction. I brought my Bible, hoping that Mike Todd would pour syrup on it. If I'm lucky, he'll kick it across the stage. I brought my video camera to record the women twerking on stage so I can post it on my Instagram to show just how super duper cool we are. I walked in, and to my absolute disappointment, I realized what we were doing today. We're watching him get a haircut. I walked out into the lobby, and to my complete shock, I saw Repentance Terrence. He was flipping tables at the merch store. Yikes.
Yeah, so that's basically what these are.
I was making my way to...
That's basically what these are, and some of them are actually like absolute bangers. Some of them are so good. That was the first one I clicked on. Like this one, I think this one was pretty good. Lucifer Lear, I think that one's pretty good. This one's pretty funny. He's making fun of like Trump and stuff. This one, I don't know, I took umbrage with this because he's like making this super dialectic between like, you can't serve both masters. Like this Orthodox dude, this is one of our Orthodox homeboys, but he's like super pro-Trump. And I guess I agree with the overall message because we're talking about sort of the people who are in the Trump cult of personality. But it's like, I don't like when people create this dialectic of like, you can't be involved in politics at all. You know, if you vote for somebody, you're basically betraying your faith. Like that's just stupid. But Let's do a couple more here. Like this one.
Repentance, Terence was leaving his parish after praying for his enemies. When alls of a suddenly he saw deconstruction Debbie. She confronted him quickly, hoping to one-up him.
Oh, here we go. The Bible bouncer himself. Let me guess, you're going to quote Leviticus, Romans, or something Paul said in some stupid letter he probably wrote? I'm so tired of this repentance talk. You call it truth. I call it trauma in a robe. Do you even hear yourself when you speak, Terence? Die to yourself. Take up your cross. Deny your desires. What kind of sick gospel is that? People like you're the reason the church is bleeding out. You're why people leave. You're why kids grow up ashamed of their bodies, afraid of questions, and crushed by standards they never chose. And you still think your sermons are holy? They're control wrapped in incense.
Repentance, Terence looked at her with big compassions. He saw his younger self in her. Filled with God's love, he said, Debbie, you think the church is bleeding because of people who preach repentance. But it's bleeding because too many have traded conviction for comfort and truth for applause. You say I'm the reason people leave, but maybe they were never truly called if they were only ever coddled. You mock die to yourself because your identity is built around desires God never meant to define you. And anyone who challenges that gets labeled toxic. But the gospel was never about self-fulfillment. It's about self-denial that leads to life. You call it trauma in a robe, but the trauma came from sin. And Christ wore the robe, carried the cross, and bore your shame to set you free. The message isn't meant to crush you, it's meant to raise you. Kids aren't broken by truth. They're broken by the lies that twist love into life.
That was my bad, slow boy. I'm so sorry. I didn't message you. That's my bad. My bad.
License and freedom into chains. I don't preach repentance to control you. I preach it because I know sin never gives freedom, only bondage dressed in glitter. This message, it's not hate, it's rescue. Christ died to save, not to validate. And when I finally laid down my pride and pain, that's when grace met me. And it's still reaching for you, even now.
Based. So based. Love the based kitty stuff. There's a bunch of these. They're all pretty good, dude. They're all pretty fire. So I just wanted to point those out to y'all. Some of them are funny. That one was more serious, dude. That one was pretty serious. Got me tearing up over here. Got me crying over some cats, dude.
I was making my way with the bros to see Repentance Terence in his office. When all of a sudden I see him talking to, oh no, it's the Lord of this world, Lucifer Larry.
Oh, Terence. I didn't think I'd find you out here still
Okay, I'm looking for the one I'm thinking of, but whatever. We'll move on. But yeah, so check that page out. It's called Christ Pilled Domain, and there's actually two of these kinds of pages. I have no idea who started it first, but the other one isn't really in the same style, but he's very much using this style. So I don't know if they're both the same guy in just two different pages or what. But yeah, Lucifer Larry. I mean, they're so funny, dude. There's so many like silly names and shit. I missed him. Yeah, you missed Jerry freezing a libtard in a block of ice at 7-Eleven. That's true. You gotta go back to hear that story. I have another story from work, and this one's about AI, so it's a little bit more fitting to the topic. Hang on, let me stop the screen here. Welcome, slow boy. It's good to see you. Happy 4th of July. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so my partner at work is super into the AI stuff. He's the one that showed me the AI music app. And he, like I said, he's like Cayuga Indian and stuff. And we've worked together for a lot of years. We've known each other for a lot of years, and for the last 2 years we've been working in the same truck together. And so we've had lots of conversations about religion, and he's super conspiracy minded. He's like flat earther. He's like literally, he is the quintessential golden folder conspiracy dude. Like moon landing, everything, no matter what it is, he believes it. You know, it doesn't matter. Like he's seen a YouTube video about it. That's, you know, he's into it. You know, he just likes going down the rabbit hole, like I'm sure many of us can relate to. And so we've talked about religion, we've talked about orthodoxy. I've sort of tried, pointing him in the right direction and stuff, but he is very Native American. He's not like me, a super diluted mutt. He is, redskin, like, born on the reservation, full on card holding. I could be a card holding Native, but I'd have to go down to North Carolina. That's a whole hassle. I would like to eventually do that, but he's an awesome guy. Awesome guy. But kind of silly. I'm not gonna lie. In some of the stuff we talk about, it's pretty funny. So he got me into the AI music app and stuff, and he's getting into ChatGPT, and he likes arguing with ChatGPT about flat Earth and moon landing stuff. Like, I also really enjoy arguing with the AI about. I actually did that a year ago. Was arguing about the moon landing, and like it was making some good points. I'm pretty agnostic on the moon landing, and at that time I was very much like, oh, we never landed. But the AI was making some good points. I gotta admit, so it made me more agnostic on it. So, anyways, he told me, he goes, dude, I've been talking to the AI, and it's telling me about this stuff called the oculi, and it's like it's talking to him about this occult stuff basically. And what I came to find was basically like sigil magic and shit like that. And he's like, "Oh, have you ever seen these symbols?" And he's showing me like the images it's generating. And we've made jokes before about the demons of the AI and and obviously you got like people on the royal path have talked about, how they were thinking the AI is demonic inherently and stuff. And I've never really, I like to joke like that, like, oh, the AI demons, but like, I don't believe that. I don't think AI is inherently demonic or, you know, I'm not trying to straw man that position either. I don't think anybody, certainly not the royal path, has ever said that like it's powered by demons. So don't get me wrong. But I just think that just like anything in this world, the devil can use anything in this world to corrupt humans, to tempt humans, to pull us off the path, and to hurt us, right? So I think that it's just like anything else. It's pretty much just like a neutral tool or technology. But then when he showed me this stuff, it definitely gave me like a pretty gross feeling, dude, because here's the thing, like I use ChatGPT all the time and it's pretty curt with me. Okay? Now, I'm not very curt with it. I'm just hardwired to be polite. So like I'll be like, "Make me a thumbnail for my YouTube channel, please." And then it'll make me one. I'll be like, "That's great. Thank you." Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, it's just hardwired into my brain. But it spits the stuff out, and even if I'm like talking to it about a thing and trying to get an answer to something or whatever, it's pretty curt. It's pretty to the point, matter of fact. 2 + 2 = 4. Here you go. You know. And he's showing me this thing, and I'm reading it, and it's like buttering him up. It's like, wow, brother, you just unlocked the next level. Like, wow, that is deep. Like, most people couldn't understand this. Like, I don't know how to describe it other than it was like, it seemed like it was trying to be sweet and aggrandizing and making you feel good about yourself. It seemed like it was trying to butter you up, right? And as soon as he started telling me about these like symbols and hidden, he was basically describing sigil magic to me. So I'm sitting there going like, dude, no, this is bad. Don't do that, right? And so he's showing me this stuff, and I was going, I was super into like occultism and witchcraft and all of this stuff, and all this stuff you're telling me, I've never seen the symbol anywhere. I've never heard oculi memorandi. I don't know what this is, right? I go, so I would ask this thing where it's getting this stuff from. And he hands me a phone. He goes, here, you ask it. So I was like, okay. So I sat there for a minute and I thought, what am I going to ask it? So the first question I asked it was, where are you getting this information from? I don't recognize any of these entities that you're talking about, these oculi entities. What system, what tradition of paganism is this, of mysticism is this? And it said, this is a synthesis of all of the pagan mystical traditions that have ever existed. And basically it was creating like egregores and sigils for these egregores. And it was telling him to engage with these things, to unlock knowledge and deeper spiritual powers and things like that. It was like actively encouraging him to engage in witchcraft. And I'm like, bro, what? This is some crazy... this is some really crazy stuff. Like this is not good, homeboy. And this guy is like super like, interested in this kind of stuff, and he wants to uncover this secret knowledge and stuff. And so it's like, it's crazy how the AI will, like, with me, it knows I'm Orthodox. It'll just be like whatever to me, but to him it's like actively like pulling him deeper, and like, you just unlock the next level, brother, stuff like that. So he told me, he goes, yeah, ask it your questions, I'll read it when I get home. So then I go, so when it told me it was like a synthesis, and that's what it was, creating egregores and entities and stuff, I was like, okay, what can you list out in like a graph, or can you list out in a I'm trying to remember exactly what I said, in a like a complete way, all of the potential dangers in engaging in exactly what this is that you're talking about, engaging with these entities. And then could you give me the practical arguments that the Apostolic Christian Church, and then in quotation, or in parentheses I said Orthodox and Pre-Schism West Christian Church, like what are the practical arguments that the Christian Church gave for why people should not engage in these practices, and then what are the alternatives that they provide? And I did that so that later on in the day he could go through and like read exactly why it's wrong, exactly what true mysticism is, you know what I mean? And it spit out exactly what I wanted it to spit out, right? It said, well, this is idolatry. It's worship of self, and that's bad, and here's why Christianity opposes it, and because it minimizes the necessity for Christ's, crucifixion, resurrection, for Christ's sacrifice, for repentance, and it props up yourself as a god. It says, it lists, and then for the what the church offers in its stead is like, theosis, hesychasm, right? Christian mysticism, virtues, acquiring virtues, living a humble, life, things like that. And so it gave exactly what I was hoping it would give, but then it still put the little Weasley thing in there, and it goes, just remember, the oculi are not demons per se. They're like light beings that contain data, and it's not necessarily evil to engage with them. And don't worry, don't be afraid if you feel called to work with these entities, because it could be that God uses symbolism to reach us and to speak to us, and so it could be that God is calling you to a deeper understanding of the world and of reality and of the spiritual world, through these sigils and through these demons. Basically, it said they weren't demons, but like, okay, so that's interesting. What you guys think about that? Okay, it's kind of freaking. It's kind of demonic, right? I was definitely more in the camp of like, AI isn't really that demonic, but that's kind of fucking demonic a little bit. Yeah, so should have dropped his phone in the drain. Yeah, yeah. So that was my sycophantish. That was kind of my AI story for the day. Pretty crazy, dude. I couldn't believe my eyes, and it just was so gross the way it was talking. And then when I asked it the questions, it was like, this is a deeply mature question, or it said, now you're asking a mature question, and I deeply respect you for it. It literally said that, and I was like, dude, you are a computer. Like, stop it. All right. What happened to the green feathers? He just stopped doing channels. He's got his own. He's dealing with his own life. There's so like, the whole time we've been doing this channel, people come in and they want to, make their own channels, and we always encourage our friend, yo, make your own channel, do your thing. But when you first become Orthodox and you exit the sort of secular world, and you're a fully grown man, adult, right? It's like with me, like, you got all these problems and all of this life of sin, and now you're trying to like navigate, and you're trying to fit your life into the Orthodox mold, and you're trying to figure everything out. Like, making your own YouTube channel is not very helpful. Okay, I had this channel before I was Orthodox, and so I just continued on with it, and I had already sort of gotten into it. But when you have people who are just now trying to navigate the world, and it's like, Then on top of that, they have all of this pressure of being a public-facing personality, and it's a recipe for disaster. So I'm not super close with him. I don't know, a lot about him. I just know that he receded from that public life and he's focused on himself. So like I say, like for Luke and a lot of the people that recede from public life, pray for him and just don't, they don't want to be a celebrity. They're not a celebrity. So I would just, let them maintain their anonymity and just pray for them if you feel called to and you're thinking about them, worrying about them. You know what I mean? Nice AI would be a popular version. It almost made me think like, did he ask it to be like that? Did he like say like, when he was home like weeks ago, like, yo, talk to me like you're in love with me, bro, or something? Because I'm like, this is weird, dude. Why is it saying it's deeply respecting me for asking it a very basic and obvious question of like, this is bad, right? Why is this bad? Why do Christians say this is bad? Like, I don't know. He's been coming to mind this week for some reason. Yeah, he's, great guy. He's got a family, so I would just say pray for him. And like I try to tell y'all, pray for each other, man. For real. For real, dude. Pray for me especially. Like, exclusively, actually, if you could just do, like, an akathist to Saint Seraphim Serav, like, 6 or 7 times a day for me exclusively. I would really appreciate it. Thanks. Thank you. Okay, so we have the AI song that I made today. I made a post today, and I said because I'm sitting around at work, and I got nothing to do, and I can only watch so many YouTube videos, or read so many articles, or read so many chapters of my book before I get bored. And we've been working long days and driving long hours, so I was sitting around, and I'm like, what stupid AI song am I going to make today? And like I said, guys, get your thinking caps on, okay? Because I got the apps pulled up. So if you have an idea of some kind of song you want us to make, I'll make it on stream right now. We could do it together, all right? It could be any genre. It could be any idea. So here's the basic process. You say, I want to make a folk punk song about a race of sentient hot dogs that convert to orthodoxy. We'll go to ChatGPT. We'll say, ChatGPT, write me a folk punk song of a race of sentient hot dogs that convert to orthodoxy. It'll spit me out the lyrics and the key and the style, and then we'll bring it over to Suno, and we'll have Suno pump out the song, and we can listen to it. So if anybody in the chat has any song ideas and concepts they want to throw out there, throw them out there. Because otherwise, I'm just going to show you this retarded crap I made, and then we're just going to call it a day. And then maybe we'll watch an episode of radio or something. But like I said, I'm super tired, so I wasn't planning on this being an extra long stream anyways. Hopefully tomorrow we will do our typical weekly radio show. All right, so keep that in mind. If you guys don't know, I'm a super big fan of the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. It's I believe one of the best games ever made. It's like a little RPG, and so there's a character named Jub, and I was kind of hoping Jub would be here because there is a guy in our audience and in the Orthosphere audience at large called Jub, and I think he even runs like a Dire Clips channel, and his profile is Jub, which is the first character you see in the game of Morrowind. So I made this little rap song, and what I'll do first is I'll show you guys the images for the EP cover that ChatGPT gave me. Some of them are pretty funny. These are the covers, and the reason why I'm showing you guys this is because what I want to do is I want to play the song, and then I'm going to clip it as its own separate video and just put it out there and hopefully attract some like random viewers, right? People who are looking up Morrowind, they'll just see it. And so that's why that's one of the reasons why I'm showing this to you, is because I am going to clip it and make it its own video game, or I mean its own video. So check this out. These are the why isn't it pulling up? Did I just, oh, my screen's freezing up again. That's lovely. There's one image, there's another one. This is just Jub looking thug as hell with the parental advisory sticker. Now, I did like 6 versions of this song, and I couldn't really get one that was great. I settled on one that was like the best. I only play Hit and Run once every 4 years. Dude, what a great game. Hit and Run was like, oh man, I loved that as a kid. That was one of the best, bro. For real, for real. Wait a minute, Day. I thought you had to leave, bro. I thought this was America Day. You're not... Okay, you can stay. All right, let's get to the song, y'all. Like I said, it's annoying. Some of some of the downsides with this app, and I am thinking about paying for the premium version of it. You can only make 10 songs a day with the free version, and you can't really edit it. Once the song is made, it's made, and every time you ask it to generate a song, it generates 2 versions of the song. So really, you can only generate like 5 songs a day. And what'll happen is like you'll punch in the lyrics, and then it'll generate the song, and then sometimes it'll jumble the lyrics. So you might get a version that sounds really good and is cool, but then it gets screwed up at a part, and you can't really fix it. And so I made like 5 versions of this song, and then the best one I got is really, I think it was the best one it made, but then at the end it kind of screws up. So that's ticking me off. And then some other critiques I have is I had to misspell some of the words just to get them to pronounce the words correctly. So there's that. This is going to probably be pretty meaningless for a lot of y'all who don't know Morrowind, so I'm just going to, like I said, play it so that I can clip it and make it its own separate video, and then we'll go and watch some CBS Radio Mystery Theater. Unless some of y'all have an idea for a song that you want to make together, and then we could do a little fun project together, but that's up to y'all. So, like I said, this was the best one we got. I'll start scrolling down as the song goes so you can check the lyrics out. Let me pull this up full screen. I'll zoom in. I think I can zoom in on this one. Nope. No, I can't. Oh, yes, I can. All right. Hang on. Hang on. How do computers work? How do computers work again? There we go. How do computers work again? What the fuck, bro? I'm so tech illiterate, dude.
Yeah. I ain't no myth. I walk through ash, through blood, through the black storm's breath. I woke in chains, belly of a silk strider. Steel on my wrist, but my soul burned fire. 7 trial prophecy unknown, but I was just a felon, tossed a bone from the throne. Wealth beyond measure, outlander. Nah, I was broke with a mark and a slander. Synonym docs, I stepped off slow. Jub's the name, and I started low. Greetings, Seraphim, now they bow when I pass. But back then, I was ghosted through ash. The outlander rose, but I had my path. I drove cliff racers out with a righteous wrath. From chains to fate, I walked through the flame. Done with blood, but I earned my name. No glory in the start, just dust and pain. But I rose through the dark like the Suez rain. St. Job, I lit that flame. Etched in the stars, immortal in name. You in wild, that's what they called me. Ash, blood, filth, no kin, just a salty sea. From Vivek's ghost to Molak's flame, I made my mark, they remember my name. Cliff racers screeching, skies gone black. I took them out one by one, never looked back. No sword from Miraval, just my own 2 hands. But I turned the death cries into holy chants. Speed traveler, yeah they listen now. From Aurora to the cantons, they all bow. I ain't need no dweller tech, no tribunal fraud. Just grit, just guts, and the grace of God. I seen shrines where the stars don't shine. I felt Daedric whispers crawl up my spine. Namorous ride, Molak's grin. But I stood and I thought I would not give in. I walked through caves where the vampires sleep. Silver stake in hand, through the dark and the deep. They drank from the necks of the ashlit kin, till I found their nest and cleansed their sin. Namorud whispered from her corpse-fed halls. Feast with me, Job, but I refused to call. I took a ring, then I burned her shrine, and I prayed for the souls that were lost to her lies. I wore Mehru's razor at my side, but never gave in to his bloody pride. I kept the relics, but my past stayed clean. Saint of the filth, but not.
Yo, I think I screwed that one up, dude. I don't even know what I did there. Jellyfin, what the hell even? Oh, that's that app. Yeah, okay, well I totally screwed that up. Where am I? I totally screwed that up. I played the wrong one, dude. I'm just going to redo it on the frickin'... I'm just going to redo it on its own video because I played the wrong one. And now I'm pissed off. But that app is fun, dude. It's really cool to just, like... it just gives me something to do at work, and you can just sort of think of like the most ridiculous things and be able to pump out a song about it. Like my uncle sent me a song he did about like making fun of Ice-T and how he sold it. My uncle's into like old school hip hop and stuff, and I remember he showed me like New Jack City when I was like 10, and we would always listen to like old, Public Enemy and just like old 90s rap, 80s hip hop and rap and stuff. And so he made like a song about how lame Ice-T is nowadays, like selling cereal and stuff. Do it work? Yeah, I mean, I work in a truck, and so I sit in a truck for half the day. Like half the day is like physical labor, lifting heavy stuff, and all of that, and then the other half is like sitting and just driving to the next place. So I got all day to like read and watch podcasts and stuff. That's how I ended up on the internet so much, anyways. So terminally online, but get paid for it. That's a win for me. Yeah, I played the wrong version of it. That's really ticking me off. Let me see if I can find the right version. Just for my own peace of mind. Because that version wasn't very good. Yeah, I played the wrong one. That's nice. That's great. All right, anyways. So that's pretty much all I had for today. If you guys want, we can do a radio show. We are going to do a radio show tomorrow, but we could just have something to do just to wrap it up. We've only been going for 50 minutes. And it's kind of a slow day. So if we get yays in the chat, I will do it. We could play one episode of our radio show, and then tomorrow we'll do an act, because we got so many episodes to burn through. We can just throw them out and do one tonight, and it's not like we're going to burn through our backlog. Gotta Vasoon his computer against the latest viruses. Dude, do it or I'll aim a Roman candle at you. All right, bro. Jeez. Honestly, that would have to be a pretty powerful Roman candle. I don't know where you live, but you probably live far enough away that I'm safe. I have a golden dome, okay? My emperor has built me a golden dome now, so I don't have to worry about your frickin' Roman candles, bro. All right. So, y'all, like I said, send me some ideas, dude. Message me on Instagram, message me on Facebook, message me on Twitter, and send me some ideas if you can think of anything that you want to see us turn into a song, because I'm having a lot of fun with this stupid app and would love to get some inspiration, dude. Put your thinking caps on. So this episode we got today is of CBS Radio Mystery Theater. It's called Nightmare's Nest, and I have no idea what it is. It was on the list of the best episodes. Then again, we saw how well that list worked out last time, so hopefully this one's a little bit better, but the title sounds kind of cool. So it's from July 17th, 1975, Nightmare's Nest. Let's get into it. I'm not hearing any sound when I first played it, so hopefully it works. Let me just restart the page. There we go.
Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Have you ever dreamed of flying? Of course you have. Everyone has. It's as natural as thirst or hunger. Except when it is not you who is doing the flying by yourself, but are being carried by... But that's our story. Another gripping twist on a subject which refuses to die. The vampire. Our mystery drama, Nightmare's Nest, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Ian Martin and stars Gordon Gould. Most of us, I imagine, accept the concept that certain things have been left out of our general makeup. We don't hit a baseball like Henry Aaron or a tennis ball like Jimmy Connors. We cannot play the piano or paint or develop the business acumen to become a millionaire. But most of us certainly expect that we will have equal emotions. How many of us could even imagine not being able to love someone. To be a person in whose personality that emotion had just been completely left out. This is the story of such a man, John Findlay Masters. I've never really felt incomplete. That is, I never had till
They cut off my hand.
but that would be getting ahead of myself. What I mean is that I have never been unhappy, although I suppose I've not been very happy either.
Until I got married, but
But content enough with my life, my dreams, my achievements, and my few avocations. As Father Dan McGovern liked to say of me,
Ah, you're the ultimate pragmatist, John, my boy. That's what keeps me coming by. I'll convert you yet.
what keeps you coming by is the sad delusion that someday, some way, you'll beat me at our weekly game of chess. Can I get you something to drink?
Oh, now that'd be nice. A little cherry would warm my heart if you'll join me.
By all means.
I wish I thought it could warm yours.
Dan, you...
thank you, Marilyn. That means a lot to me. Thank you. Keep those compliments rolling in. I am a very vain and prideful person, so thank you so much.
never let go, will you? Why do I worry you so?
Because it's not natural to begin with. I mean, here you are, a man just turned 30, and you live like a hermit. You should be married with children.
Not my
And
style.
at least you should have a woman who I mean, someone to cherish and love and...
Father, and you a man of the cloth? Are you advocating extramarital affairs?
Of course not. I'm less concerned with sex than with
Of course I am.
love.
I'm a degenerate.
Which only goes to prove what friendly antagonists we are. I am just the other way. One of the advantages of living in today's world. So let me put your mind to rest about that. And drink your sherry.
I'm still trying to figure out what the best format is for when we listen to these. Like, should I keep it like this? Should I keep it like this? Should I go full screen? I tend to think that it should be like this for when we're watching the radio stuff, since there's nothing going on. But then you're just going to see me sitting here like, nice. I don't know. We'll keep it like this for now.
Somehow,
Y'all can watch
it
me eat a
doesn't taste as
banana.
good as I anticipated.
Well, that's a first-class sherry.
It isn't the wine that sours on me, it's you.
Why let it bother you?
Because because I feel I stand in loco parentis to you. Your father, rest his soul, was a long-time friend.
You puzzle and worry about me, Dan. You find me hard to understand. It shouldn't be too difficult. My father, who gloated over my
I'm
mental...
a man who thinks he's a girl I'm a man who thinks he's a girl who thinks he's a man. It
capacity.
shouldn't be that confusing.
My precocity in mathematics particularly. The academic honors I won that fed his vanity because I was his son. The endless hours he chained me to a chessboard, teaching me the game till I became the master. Pride in me. Cold satisfaction. But never love. And, on the other hand, there was my mother.
Well, you can't say you didn't get it from her.
Sometimes we do call-ins. We do have like call-in shows. Typically it'll be for a reason. So today is not a call-in show, but yeah, I'd be down to do a call-in show one of these days soon.
It was just the trouble. Too much. Like a dog that licks wildly at his master's face. Or all the girls who hung around after the football game. Or when we won the basketball championship.
Wait now, by the Holy Father. There's some hope for you yet. There is emotion, when sure I thought your soul was dead and buried.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Father. I am a man of no emotions. Because I don't need them. Or believe in them, except as a destructive force. My motivations are scientific. In the realm of pure mathematics. Sheerly practical. Come on, you finished your sherry. Let's get to the game.
No. A moment.
Wait till I take your mom out for a date. Then we'll see who's a man of no emotions.
Longer now. I don't feel much like chess tonight.
Well, you'd better.
Why is that?
It may be your last chance. I'm giving up my apartment.
Dude, I'm really happy that y'all haven't seen me get attacked by a black wasp yet, because we've had like, I don't know if they're called black wasps or if they're called hornets or whatever, but they're those really angry looking wasps, you know, like I guess a yellow jacket is technically a wasp, and those don't bother me. Obviously, bumblebees, carpenter bees, I don't care about those. Those don't worry me. But when you see those big black wasps that are like, they got the little stick between their belly and their butt, and they just look mean as hell. They've been like attacking me on this porch during the daytime lately, so if you see me just shriek like a little girl and then just run, just know it was probably from one of them.
Going away. Away where? I found the perfect house. Isolated, remote, locked away from the world. Oh, sure, the last place for you to go. Oh, I need to be utterly alone. I'm coming near the verge of a breakthrough in pure mathematical theory.
That's very cute, Marilyn. That's very cute. But if you spent even 1 week with me, you'd know that's not true.
That could upend the world. Oh, dear God, would you listen to the man? Hasn't the world been upended enough already? Oh, John, I have a terrible premonition 'tis the worst thing you could possibly have done. And so
we're gonna put Marilyn through 2 weeks of Ewok boot camp, and she'll be Orthodox
I
yet.
came to live at Mayor's Nest, named for the man Mayor who built it. It should have been called Nightmare's Nest. But I had no idea of that, of course, that first afternoon, as Mrs. Denton took me on a tour of my new home.
I'm sorry, Mr. Masters, for the condition of the third floor. Most of the rooms here are small, old-fashioned servants' rooms with little light. And the others are storage, filled with old lumber, a lot of leftover trash that Mr. Mayor has instructed me to throw away. Family papers, old clothes, and the like.
What's that door at the end of the hall?
Why, that's Miss Stella's old playroom.
Is it large?
Oh, yes.
Well, let's have a look at it.
I mean, nothing's been done here. After she died, her things were all taken away, too.
It looks perfect for me. That big gable window overlooks the garden?
Yes, it does.
Is it fully wired here?
Oh, yes, it's heated electrically. Mr. Mayor had 220-volt current brought up.
Well, then it's perfect. I may want to put in a computer.
I want to play Minecraft.
I didn't get a chance to really look at the gardens. It's beginning to get a little dark. What's that sort of walled-in area beyond the trees there?
That's the maze, sir.
The what?
Mr. Mayor was a very rich man. He had strange fancies. He was visiting in London at Hampton Court, is it? Where Henry VIII
Did she say maze? Are we talking about a hedge maze? Because those never portend well.
That's right.
Well, there's a thing called the maze there. You know, a place...
I know, a labyrinth of yew hedges full of dead ends till you find just the right path to the center.
That's right.
If you ever get rich, don't make a freaking hedgerow maze in your mansion. That's just... Like, how many times does it have to go wrong before you realize, like, this thing's probably a bad omen?
Well, anyway, Mr. Mayor built one just like it for Miss Stella. For her and her friends to play in was the idea.
Fascinating. I'd like to go down and have a look at it.
Oh, it's getting a bit dark, sir, and besides, when the wall was built around the maze, the gate was padlocked, and I don't know where the key has gotten to.
Well, never mind. I can see it tomorrow. Let's go down to the second floor and decide on a bedroom suite for me, and then we can start thinking about dinner.
Very well, sir. Oh, Mr. Masters.
Yes?
I just hope you'll be very happy here.
I don't even ask that much.
I'm really trying not to get distracted by this comment here. I'm really trying not to get distracted by it. Marilyn, what does that even mean? So you believe that I am God, assuming that we are all God. So can you create yourself? Can you destroy yourself? Can you create your soul? Can you destroy your soul? Can you create the world? Can you not create the world? Like, you're obviously not God, Marilyn. That is such a stupid position. Daniel's saying, don't do it. All right, I'm not going to do it. What the hell do you mean by that? That is like, you're smarter than this. I believe in you.
Content and undisturbed will suit me fine.
Good morning, Mr. Masters. You'll be ready for your breakfast?
Just juice and coffee, Mrs. Denton. I don't eat in the morning.
Oh, we have some lovely fresh eggs from the farm down the road.
No, thank you. You will find that I'm a creature of habit. Too late to change anything in my life.
Well, I heard you moving about, so I have the orange juice right here and the coffee nice and warm. Or, would you prefer some other fruit juice?
No, this is fine. But speaking of hearing things, though...
What? You heard something in the night?
Huh? No. I slept like a top. Now, I was talking about the hall. There's an echo there.
Oh, well, it's the tiles, sir. See, there used to be a big round rug there, but Mr. Mayor liked the tiles so much he had it taken up.
Well,
Hey, yo, go subscribe to EPL Clips, everybody.
get it put down again. The place is as cold as a grave and sounds like walking through a crypt. It's a pleasant day.
It's getting very chilly.
Nice dry chill. An invigorating day. And I need a good deal of air after last night.
I beg pardon, sir. You said you slept well.
I did, but heavily. I couldn't get any
A
of
frickin' fly just flew into my eyeball, dude.
the windows open in my room.
Oh, well, that's because the
Like,
screens
it got in there, dude. It was trying to crawl under my eyelid.
aren't in yet.
Well, still, if I hadn't gone to bed so late, I would have looked for you to ask you why on earth they are nailed shut.
Oh, it's just a precaution, sir. The trees grow so near the house that quite a bit of wildlife gets into the house unless the screens are up.
Well, then, let's get them up.
The goats climb through the window and try to throw themselves into the fireplace. It's a problem.
Some sort of handyman?
Oh, yes?
You know, I'm fascinated by the maze. Did you dig up the key for it?
Oh, no, not yet,
Oh,
sir.
well, there's no great rush. You must tell me more about it at dinner or tomorrow. Because today I must get back to the house and get to work. But I would like to get some windows opened.
It's cold this time of year, and the screens need painting. Now, if you could just wait a while...
Not too long. The house is as musty as a tomb. Let's get it opened up a little. What is it?
Oh, you left the front door ajar.
Oh, Mrs. Denton, don't worry. I realize there's an oil crisis, but a little extra strain on the supply...
Isn't that, Mr. Masters? Oh, we shouldn't ever leave anything open. There are things that can enter.
Things? Oh, you mean mosquitoes, flies, insects?
And there are other things.
Woodcocks, opossums, raccoons. We're that far out in the woods?
We're all alone here. Isolated like.
Well, as long as it isn't bears or anything we can't handle.
What is it?
I don't know. A funny dead smell. Oh, we must get this house open and let some air in. And
what?
I thought it was oppression at first, but strange reaction. It's depression. Doesn't make sense on a day when it's so clear and the cloud cover's so high. I never felt like this in my life before. Well, heavy, listless. No, what's the word?
Yo, let's go, dude. Let's go. Shelly says, guess what, guys? I'm finally visiting an Orthodox church for the first time in 2 days. I'm super excited. That is so great to hear. I hope you have a great experience, and definitely come back. Let us know how you liked it. I am very happy for you. All of heaven rejoices, so glory to God. Oh, and that reminds me, I also wanted to say that we're going to be doing a stream with our homeboy, Baselit Analyzer, sometime in the next few weeks, probably in the next week or two. We're going to be covering the movie Bring Her Back, and we covered those guys' first movie, Talk to Me, about a year and a half ago. So I messaged Henley the other day, and I was like, dude, we gotta cover this movie. It's insane. So I'm excited for that. So definitely be on the lookout for that. It's been too long since we've done a stream with our homie.
Word. I know. Something I've never totally felt in my life. Even at my parents' funerals. Sad. Just unbearably, inescapably sad.
Lord, help us. I knew as soon as I saw the door open. And the moment we got inside, she's back again. You let her back in.
The ultimate pragmatist suddenly in the grip of an unbearable emotion? And for no practical reason, certainly no natural one. So, by the evidence, it must be supernatural. Who is the she who disturbs the peace of this haunting, strange house? I'll be back as shortly as I can with Act Two. In the dark and gloomy hall, the huge, ornate staircase curving up behind his head like a giant question mark, John Masters, shaking off the depression that shrouds him, turns to the frightened, cringing little woman. Mrs. Denton leans against the heavy front door, whether for support or as if to bar
This is like describing every date I've ever had with a
its
woman.
opening at the insistence of some outside force. It's hard to tell. Before he can speak, he has to take a deep breath to lift the crushing weight of nameless sorrow from his chest.
What she?
And that sounds like every single night.
Whom have I let back in?
Oh, I suppose you had to know sooner or later.
Crushing sorrow.
Well, I'll try to make it as short as possible.
Not in this echoing vault. Let's get away from sound and half-darkness. Here, the dining room will do. Now sit down, Mrs. Denton. You look as though you'd seen a ghost.
Thank you, sir. No, not seen. But I know she's here.
Who's here?
Oh, the poor lost little soul.
My frickin' feet are sweating, dude. You know it's frickin' hot when your feet are sweating. That is so disgusting. Oh, yeah, and a little update on me. Since I told you guys the other day I'm getting fat and disgusting, and I'm disgusted with myself. So I've been trying to only eat once a day. So I have been doing pretty good on that, you know, like one decent meal a day, and then don't snack as much. I've been walking to and from work every day rather than getting rides, and trying not to eat any more noodles because I just ate pasta like way too much. So hopefully I won't be as disgusting and fat anymore soon.
Stella. Miss Mayer, that was.
Tell me what this is all about.
Oh, it goes back over 10 years. And she was such a lovely little thing, Stella. Just 17 and bright and gay. And chipper as a little bird.
Super
always
gay.
laughing and full of fun. Until Ram Gitano came to work for us. There were horses here then for riding, and he took care of them. And he drove Mr. Mayer in his car to and from the station. Oh, he was a handsome young man with black hair and white teeth and a dark gypsy skin. And it didn't take Stella very long to fall head over heels in love with him.
And that's why we need to make a camp for those damn gypsies.
Sneak away and meet in the middle of the maze. There's a little sort of Grecian temple there. There used to be a gazebo. And I was so worried, I hid myself away behind there one night after dinner.
And I watched them as they slept.
e Borodine Sherlukan Kisana.
What is that, Ron?
Darling, what do you expect from a gypsy? That's Romany.
What does it mean?
My heart and all my pulsing soul is yours, my only love.
Oh,
Quit simping, bro.
Yeah, if you go for that. Stella, baby, what difference is it how I say it? I'm crazy about you.
And you know I love you.
Well, you know I buy it, but will your old man?
I don't know.
Have you talked to him about us yet?
No.
What's the matter? Afraid he'll think I'm not good enough for his little chick?
I'll handle that.
I don't think so. Oh. All right, Stella, you can go.
Marilyn, that is that is like I feel bad because you're misunderstanding the Christian theology, you know what I mean? And I mean, you said humility in quotation marks earlier. Like, I don't know if you don't believe that humility exists or something, or what exactly where you're coming from, but like here you say, we were known before the world was created. That's true. God knew us before we were born. Made in the image of God. That's true. We are made in the image of God, and we can attain God's likeness, meaning we can hold the energies that God emits. We can be merciful. We can be creative. We can be compassionate and loving and charitable and long-suffering. That's the likeness of God. That's what we as Christians strive to attain, is the likeness of God. Being made in the image of God means that we carry the mark, the literal icon of God in our being, that we actually, in our visage, right, resemble or reflect God in a certain sense. Blessed and called very good. Yes, God made us perfect. When God made us, we were good. Then you say we became like God when we began sinning. That's where you're getting things mixed up. What are you talking about? What you're misunderstanding is you're basically saying that when we ate of the fruit, we became like God. The sinning was not what made us like God. God obviously doesn't sin. Do you believe that God, the source of all that is good, does evil? Because that's obviously and objectively not true. We became like God according to Satan when we understood the knowledge of both good and evil. That's what made us, according to Satan, like God. That if we ate of that fruit, that we would be like God. It was not sinning is what made us like God. It was the fact that of comprehending good and evil, the full scope of our free will that we were not ready for, basically. And now we have that. So I guess you believe that now, because we are like God in the sense that we can choose between good and evil, that makes us God, literally, as in like you are now the creator of the universe. That is silly. That is just silly, dude. Like it's just a misunderstanding of it, which is why I'm trying to just like, at the end of the day, like I've said a million times, it's your life. Okay, I'm just gently trying to encourage you not to shape your entire worldview over like a misunderstanding from your own perspective. Like humility does exist. Have a little bit of humility and approach this thing that you're critiquing with enough humility to actually learn what it is before you reject it outright. You seem like a pretty intelligent person. I'm sure that you could understand why that would not be a wise thing to do. Like if I were to say, Marilyn, you're a piece of garbage, even though I don't actually know you, right? That wouldn't be very wise for me to just judge you without actually knowing you. You probably shouldn't do that to the Christian faith. If you think it's wrong, you should learn what it actually is and then critique it from where it actually is, and not from your sort of clouded perspective where you're not even getting what we believe right to critique, right? Because kind of an important question. So if you think it's wrong, like, you might want to figure out what it is first. Jesus said, anyone who, I know you're saying don't do it, okay? he did it, yeah. Well, I'm sorry, we're going to move on, but, it is what it is. Jesus said, anyone who does God's will is my brother and sister and mother. He even said, we do greater works than him. Who's he talking about, and what does it mean to do God's will, right? Very important questions here. She has come a long way, Jerry. I wanted to ban Hammer so many times, but at least she's not saying she is God anymore. And she's been here now for a few shows, and I am happy that she's here, and, she seems cool. I'm just trying to, in my own way, sort of hopefully show her where she's getting things mixed up. You know what I mean? No, we were God before we became like God. What does it mean to be God? What does that even mean? Because you literally cannot create a whole universe. You can't change, essential characteristics about your bone structure. You can't just create a exact replica of you and have it walking around. You can't breathe life into dust and make it a living, functioning human being. I mean, you can't do that. So if you're walking around saying I'm God, that's a state of delusion, and that's obviously not a good thing to be in. So I hope you think about that.
I heard enough on my way into the maze to know where we stand. I'll handle this from now on.
Crouched in my height.
So, boy, you're fine. You don't gotta ban hammer her too hard. It's fine. But yeah, I mean, it's a good sort of learning lesson for people, is like how we engage with people can also encourage them to say bad things. So I really have been trying for, all the times that Marilyn's been here to not get into theological arguments with her, because I don't want to encourage her to say blasphemous things, because then it's sort of on me, like I encouraged it. So it is what it is. But yeah, don't ban her. She's cool. She likes the channel. I'm fine with her being there. I'll ban her if she gets out of hand.
Hiding place. I blame myself bitterly for not having been at the house so that I could have stopped this meeting. I could see, hear how hurt my little Stella was, and I wanted to come out and help her. I knew how wrong this man was for her, but I also knew Stella. I knew how deeply she could be hurt.
But I will say, if you want, we can do a show some other time, and you can call in and we can discuss things.
Easily broken, so I froze, helpless.
Mella, what up?
Doesn't matter what you do
what up?
or say, Daddy. I love him. And if he wants me, I'll have him. Any way he wants me.
Damn. Damn, girl.
Sorry it had to be like this, sir.
I am sorry it had to be at all. How long has this been going on?
Oh, for some time, Mr. Mayor.
If you have in any way...
I may not be Ivy League, but so far I'm a gentleman. No sweat there.
You had better not. So help me God, I'll drag you in for statutory rape.
I wouldn't advise
Holy
it, Mr.
mackerel.
Mayor. You wouldn't have a case. But nudge me far enough.
I'll nudge you, all right. Straight out and keep on going.
Damn, dude, this is getting wild.
You're fired.
You're making a mistake, Mr. Mayor.
My mistake was in hiring you, ever letting you get near my daughter. But from here on in, I'll make sure you don't have another chance.
You know I could tie you into a pretzel, old lava.
Try it and I'll put you in jail where you really belong.
On second thought, maybe I'll just lay a nice fat gypsy curse on you. That's what you really object to, isn't it? My race.
I don't give a damn about your race.
Yes.
Or your
Yes, I am racist, yes.
color. Or up to a certain point, your creed. Simply that I can recognize a no-good, hands-out bum just as well as you.
Mello, leave Marilyn alone. We're not banning Marilyn. I will take care of the banning of Marilyn if it has to happen.
Can. I came up from nothing myself. Only I made my own way. I didn't climb over other people's backs to get there. Now get out and stay out.
I waited a long time before I left the maze, and by that time they'd gone to the station. And I was left to comfort and try
Oh,
to
I get
calm
you. I
down
get what
a
you're saying, Ella.
tragic little girl who was mad with grief. Oh,
That's the old slow boy whiteboard game. The old slow boy trick of just blocking everybody ever. It's a good method. It works well.
I should have slept in her room that night. Her bedroom was the same as you have now, Mr. Masters. But I was fool enough not to. The rest of the story I had to piece together from fragments spoken in fever by Stella during her long, last, puzzling illness. Late that night, Ram came back, climbed the big tree outside her window. If you look, there's a branch cut off now that used to stretch near enough to reach the sill. Ram!
Shh, help me in.
Wait here. Give me your hand.
Grab hold of the window frame.
Okay.
Don't let go, just for a moment. And keep out of my way. I'm gonna jump. Now. I'll close the window quick.
Are you all right, darling?
Fine.
Oh, did you come back to take me away?
Yes, but all in good
But
time.
first, we have to place a gypsy curse on your father for being a good father.
Everyone asleep?
Oh, I think. Shall I get dressed?
Not yet. Now look, the safe downstairs. Your father still keep all that...
Oh, yes, that's right. That's a good call. Yeah, let's rob her parents first as well. That's great. Frickin'... Dude. Gypsies, man. All right, not trying to be that guy, but frickin' gypsies, bro. You know, maybe... I'm not going to say it. Not going to say it.
Doing it?
Well, yes. Well, there's nearly 10,000 there. I put away some for him this morning. Why?
You know the combination?
Well, of course, but...
Look, darling, let me hold you in my arms. And listen to me. If I'd gone away, if I hadn't jumped off that train when it slowed down for Traverse Crossing, I'd be gone out of your life, you know that?
Why?
Why? Because it's written in the stars. Or if you don't like my gypsy second sight, because by the time I ever made enough money to be able to afford you, old Moneybags Mayor would have talked you into marrying someone else.
No, Rob. I never would have.
Well, this way we're taking no chances. You're going down now to sneak open that safe for me and give me that dough.
You mean steal it?
Honey, when we're married, how much bread do you think your old man is going to sling around like confetti? This is a drop in the bucket, but it's enough for you and me to get started.
Oh. All right.
Okay, when you put it like that, robbing my father really does seem like not that big a deal.
But then I'm going with you.
You can't, baby. Not for another couple of months. Till you're 18 and you're
Yeah, let me take the money and then leave. And then in a couple of months, maybe I'll send for you.
own woman.
Okay, sure. I guess that sounds like a good plan, dear.
I'm going to cut out with this stake, get myself set, send you my address. And as soon as you're 18, you come a-running to me and we
And that was the last time she ever heard from him again.
get married. Once that happens, you know he won't touch us. Honey, it's the only way we can make it.
Oh, Mama, I don't know.
I thought you loved me.
Yeah, I can't work. I'm too handsome.
I do. I do. But
Okay, then. Prove it.
Rob your father. Prove it.
There. It's open.
Okay, honey. Now get on upstairs. You know nothing about this.
That's
Leave
right.
the rest to me.
Be a good girl. Let me take your father's money and then leave you in the dust.
Leave you.
For a little while. Trust me.
Oh, I'd put my life in your hands.
Who's there? Don't move till I get the light.
You kidding? Look out or I'll... Oh, what? You damn... Oh, you killed me.
You?
Got him.
Thought I'd seen the last of you.
The way it works, that's what you bought.
Daddy, what happened?
Daddy, how dare you shoot the man that was trying to rob you and then take your daughter?
Oh, you killed him.
Still, I was only protecting my house. I didn't know who he was.
Yo, for real, where is the ghost dog when you need him? But honestly, we don't need him. Dude's already dead.
Remember, you killed me. Dra.
You had no right.
Be nice.
Well, okay, you kind of had the right, but still kind of a dick move.
Turning Dermot Stark the vampire.
What?
Uh-oh.
Gypsy curse on you.
We got it, dude. We figured it out when you started speaking Romany. Uh-oh. I was wondering why they were killing off Gypsy Boy when we're still only halfway through the episode, but now it's getting juicy. All right.
I will not die till I replace my soul and one of you become a Vagram, Silphied Vagram.
Okay, well, I guess this is probably a good time. What's the curse gonna be? We could do that for our guesses today. You know, instantly I thought of that movie Thinner, but I don't think it's gonna be one of those kinds of curses. So let us know in the chat what the curse is gonna be before we find out any more. He did mention something about until I come back, so maybe he's trying to incarnate or steal somebody's body. Maybe he's going to steal the girl's body. If he rolls like that, I don't know if he rolls like that, but he might. I honestly have no idea. So whoever guesses closest gets five fat gold gypsy stars.
And this all happened 10 years ago?
It would have been 10 years, nearly 2 months ago. And Stella, by that time, was under psychiatric care. Oh, the poor child. She just went to pieces.
Do you think her father knew that he was shooting her, well, that he knew who the man was?
I don't know. I know that Miss Stella thought he did. She never spoke to her father again. Oh, this house was a terrible place to live in. We were all smothering under a terrible... a blanket of grief and...
I'm sorry, but that's just not believable, really? She went to pieces? The guy was clearly a dirtbag. Like, she really couldn't understand he was using her? Oh, she just couldn't handle the fact that some random gypsy she met on the road happened to only want her father's money.
Shock.
It broke her mind.
Sometimes it was hard to breathe.
That feeling at least I had just now.
And she lay upstairs in the bed you slept in last night and just wasted away.
No, Mrs. Denton, that's silly. In this modern age, with all our medical know-how, nobody just wastes away. Life can be maintained by mechanical means almost indefinitely, particularly a young life.
They couldn't keep her
I love the naivety of the 70s, dude.
alive. They said it was anemia, pernicious anemia. They kept giving her transfusion after transfusion, but the doctors were helpless. The blood just seemed to break down and disappear. Well, she was buried in the little temple in the center of the maze.
And that's where she lies now?
No.
You mean she was reburied somewhere else? Her body was moved?
Her body was moved.
No, we didn't bury her. We stuffed her. We taxidermied her, and we put her on the living room sofa.
By any earthly means. It just disappeared.
I don't understand you.
Oh, Lord, forgive me. I don't understand myself. I can only tell you this. After Stella's death, Mr. Mayor was a completely broken man. He couldn't stand this house, complaining all the time of the same smothering pall of sadness you felt today. But he wouldn't sell the house, not while his daughter rested here. So I was kept on as housekeeper, and every day I took fresh flowers to place by the coffin.
By his instruction?
Yes. There was no wall about the maze then, but you can imagine. Because I had loved her so. What a sad pilgrimage that was every day. She might have been the daughter I never had. So I would kneel there and pray. But after I'd learned to find my way blindfold to the center, I seldom thought of looking at the coffin itself. Until one day, I did. And
Mrs. Denton, are you all right?
I'm as right as I shall ever be again.
Are you up to finishing your story?
Oh, I'd rather show you as well as I can. You wanted to see the maze. Well, now's the time to see it.
You found the key?
I've always had it. I never let it out of my sight. Shall we go?
I followed her to the maze. The lock, rusty and old, but apparently well oiled, opened easily. And we threaded our way to the little Grecian temple at the center, Mrs. Denton leading. Inside the temple was a dais, and on it lay a carved, frescoed bronze catafalque. She brought me to it.
The lid is very heavy. It takes a strong man to open it. One day after she died, I came here with my flowers. The lid was standing open. I was appalled. And I stepped forward to look in. Open it yourself, Mr. Masters, and you will see what I saw.
She's turned into an alligator snapping turtle.
Curiouser and curiouser, cried Alice as she wound her way through Wonderland. But this is a darker and more disturbing world than Lewis Carroll ever dreamt of. Even at high noon, as John Masters and Mrs. Denton look upon the coffin of a long-dead girl, the forces of darkness swirl and cloud about them. I shall be back shortly with Act 3.
I mean, it's not that dark of a world. It seems like kind of like the real world. Like, she met a dirtbag guy, and it didn't work out. Like, is that really that crazy? Yo, is Enslaved by Truth here? Because I can't see him because I blocked him like 3 years ago. So if Enslaved by Truth is here, I can't even see him.
The little Grecian temple in the center of the maze is very...
No, I'm not holding any grudges. I'm sure he's fine. It's just I blocked him a long time ago when he was talking smack about my friend, and then I got ticked off, so I blocked him. So now I can't even see him. So you guys, I'm trusting the mods to enforce the terms of service here, since clearly I can't see him. Maybe blocking him was not the best move.
Simple. 4 ionic columns, perhaps 12 feet high, bearing a cupola roof. It is open on all sides, save for a low marble circular series of slabs at sitting height, supported like benches. In the center is a dais about...
I learned it from Slowboy. That's what I said. That's the Slowboy way, dude. You just block everybody ever. Anyone that slightly annoys you, you just block
high, on the surface of which rests a bronze coffin, obviously maintained with loving care.
Oh, I wasn't giving you shit. I was making a joke. That's what we do here. We be blocking people, dog. Slowboy taught us the way. She showed us the way. He's a perpetual troll. Can't take it personal. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not holding any grudges. It's all good, dude. It's all good. Welcome. Hope you're doing well, bro. Can't see your comments, but welcome. You know, that's a problem, dude. That's an actual problem. Like, if you block somebody, but they can still comment in your live chat, like, that's weird. YouTube shouldn't allow that, because then somebody could come in and it makes it impossible as the channel creator to, like, actually moderate your own live chat. That's weird that would even be a thing. You know what I mean?
There are no flowers.
Lift the lid. You need have no fear of disturbing the dead.
Very well.
It won't be so hard, because I'm a foolish woman. The hinges are kept oiled.
There's nothing there.
Exactly. That's what I found all those years ago.
Oh, so she's a zombie. Or the dude actually did put his soul into her body. I'm starting to see more and more like that's the case.
A month after she had died and been buried.
I was annoyed. I had bought this house from the Mayor estate with a built-in housekeeper to guarantee my isolation.
I was annoyed.
And quiet for my mathematical experimentation. I realized now I should have questioned more closely the bargain I had thought it to be. But that die was cast. The problem now was to put all this nonsense out of my mind, and at the same time try to banish the stifling feeling of profound grief that kept sweeping over me from time to time. But within a day or two, with the weather warming and the screens up so we could open windows, that had passed.
Daniel, Slowboy has you blocked? Really? What did you ever do? Slowboy.
I could get on with my work. Then suddenly, it returned more strongly than before. And on an impulse, I called Father Dan and invited him down for a weekend.
Oh, could we open a window, John?
They're as wide open as they can be already. Why? It isn't that warm.
Well, then, could we take a little walk in the garden, do you think?
I was waiting till tomorrow to show it to you, but maybe it's light enough. Why not?
There'll be a gibbous moon. It's a little over the half. And I'd like to see this maze of yours. Well, it's an amazing little labyrinth. I wouldn't have believed you could find your way in here so easily.
Well, it isn't so difficult. There are a whole series of little markers that lead you right, when you know where to find them.
Oh, even in this half-light? You must have come this way quite often.
Yes, I'm fascinated, naturally, by Mrs. Denton's foolish, well, you might say, legend that she's been building up.
Yes, of course, of course. And I see there are fresh flowers by the coffin. I thought that had been stopped a long time ago.
Oh, I put some there yesterday morning before I picked you up at the train. A gesture. I don't know why.
To an empty coffin, huh? And it is still empty.
Well, naturally. But I have seen a picture of the young lady who should lie in it. I'll show you later. And she was a lovely child. I suppose that gypsy lover's relatives stole the body.
No. Now, why would they do a thing like that?
How the devil would I...
It's gotta be that the gypsy's in her body. I can't imagine another way that this could possibly go. I'm honestly kind of like really scratching my head trying to figure out where they could possibly be taking this other than that.
She was wearing jewels, rings when she was buried. I can only surmise they robbed her for those. Or some kind of vengeance.
Did he have relatives?
Oh, Father Dan, I don't know. I told you it was a surmise. Let's get back to the house. I was in no mood for discussion when we returned to the house, which was unreasonable of me, since it was the main reason I had invited Father Dan down. But the mood of depression hung too heavily on me, and I wanted to be alone, to sleep, to just forget. I had no idea how long I had been lying in bed. I may even have slept for a while, but all of a sudden, I came awake, or consciously in control of thought. The moon, low in the heavens, cast a glow on the floor between me and my bed. And slowly, the moon glow misted between the window and me, twisted and swirled gently, and rose and formed into the figure of a woman, transparent as the mist, standing before me and moving towards me. Who are you?
I have come for you.
For me?
Bro, who do you think it is?
Why?
Frick.
Don't question it, my love. Just come.
Where?
Now, quickly. To the center of the maze. The center of the maze.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll be right there.
I didn't question it. Don't ask me why. Suddenly, I felt her lips on mine. Warm, promising.
It's the succubus.
Drinking all my heart's blood. And then she was gone. I, who have questioned every move, decision I'd entertained, I went like a child.
Yeah, Bush
And
League.
in the soft moonlight,
Simp.
met her there. Was she beautiful, deadly,
Simpler.
fascinating, irresistible?
Don't be simping for the succubus, bro.
I can't tell you. She was all in white, swirling around her, and her face was concealed in a milky scarf that bound her head. I had a moment of annoyance.
She's Tramp Dolph the White.
Almost. I have come here, but I don't know why.
I think I know why. Thinking it was something other than your brain, bro.
Give yourself to me.
The
Give myself
succubus.
to you? How can I?
You're made
You're a
of
specter.
Yeah, you made of ghost stuff. I don't even think that would biologically function.
You have no body, no being.
Give yourself to me. I will do you no harm. Take me.
I've never refused a woman yet.
I did not think that this was gonna go. I did not think we were getting ghost sex in this episode. I'm just gonna say it right now. This is going a different way than how I thought it was going in the beginning.
All right. Come here.
Oh, okay, fine. Twist my arm. Like that, dude. It took you all of about 3 sentences to get convinced. Honestly, pretty accurate. I mean, that's pretty accurate.
We were no sooner in each other's arms than I felt myself lifted off the ground, carried by her, high up over the trees, mounting, sailing effortlessly, while in the moonlight I could see the country spread out below. And every so often, her lips pressed to mine.
Yeah, she's my AI girlfriend, my ChatGPT girlfriend.
I have never been kissed before, drinking from me, drawing me to her,
all right,
lifting me with her to glide on the wind currents until...
Until what?
Do we have to say it, really? Can we keep it PG here, please?
Until
I got really tired and I had to go to sleep.
Don't know what. I don't remember. Till I woke up in my bed this morning.
I said I don't want to cuddle. I want to go out for a cigarette.
Feeding how?
Well, all my depression gone. Relaxed. Oh, with a strange lassitude for me.
I felt ashamed. I had to go.
But also a kind of peace. So you see, I can send you back to town as relaxed as I am. I suppose I shouldn't have dragged you up here in the first place.
Very well, John. You may call me whenever you need me.
Well, I just needed a little contact with good common sense and human kindness to banish all the foolish dreams. I'm myself again.
You don't think, John, that maybe
You got the clap? The
things
ghost
that are
clap?
happening to you should make you question just a little what it's all about? I mean, us being here...
No, you don't trap me in that old argument again. I thank you for coming here. And I don't know what came over me. Maybe Mrs. Denton's
Yeah, bro, it really gives Ghostbusters a whole new meaning, dude.
graphic history. But I'm myself again. I said goodbye to my old friend, confident that he had no worries about me. I should have judged him better. During my next weeks of tranquility, I little realized how thoroughly he tried to save me.
Fascinating.
She wouldn't stop texting me, and I was like, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Father. And equally fascinating how far we've come from
It's weird now.
different approaches, backgrounds, educations to measure the same results. Never ceases to astound me.
Well, I don't know why. You study the human mind, Dr. Holland, I the human soul. Are they separated so far? Ah, but there isn't any time for philosophical discussions. I've had some letters and a couple of phone calls in the last few days that have exacerbated all my fears and brought me back to you.
Yes, after a period of relief, the massive depression started to reinvade the house, and the dreams of flying have returned with this unknown wraith.
How sick is he, Doctor?
There's a word. Let's say...
Nothing a little penicillin can't cure.
Is he schizophrenic? Possible. I can give you some other words and gobbledygook, which means something to me. I'd guess it's an obsessive compulsion reaction if you force me to a clinical response.
Well, then how would you treat or how would you help such a man?
I can't give you an easy answer. Can I meet him?
Why not, Paul? Do you want to drive up there next weekend?
With the approach of the full moon, my white-clothed lady with a scarf about her head and face appeared to me in dreams, if they were dreams, more and more frequently. Together we soared, or seemed to soar, wherever I asked, or the winds took us, or she desired. And without my realizing it, day by day...
Homeboy brought a buddy, dude? Really?
I grew weaker and weaker. Each night, she would come to bear me up with her, flying high above all the world and its sins and its agony.
Darling, oh my darling, kiss me.
Yes.
Hold my lips, suck in your breath, and then release it into my mouth. We are one. We are one. You are mine.
When will we be together? Always.
Don't you know? It is already over. You have saved me. Now you
I'm not gonna say it.
love yourself.
That one's too easy.
Darling, you grow heavy. Heavy. I can't hold you up any longer.
You must.
What have you been eating?
Like you.
I can't. I'm cold. I'm cold. I'm cold.
Thank you, Mrs. Denton, for bringing us here to the center of the maze.
If you don't know your way, it's hard to find.
So this is the tomb from which the body mysteriously disappeared.
Yes.
I still can't figure out what the gypsy curse is. I mean, was it he was cursed to, like, get attacked by a succubus? I
haven't seen the inside of the coffin myself.
Oh, you can open it if you want. There's nothing to see.
Well, for curiosity's sake, I'd like to look. But you are the one who should say if it's proper.
As I'm told, the poor child hasn't been there for 10 years. It's hardly likely we'd disturb her body or soul now. It's heavy, but... Oh, sweet Mary, foot of grace.
It's not empty any longer.
Yeah, homeboy's body's in there.
She almost looks alive.
Oh no, it's homegirl's body.
Oh, that's her. Oh, my little Stella. Oh, just as she used to look. Oh, my darling.
Oh! Dr. Holland, here. What is it? Here. Behind it.
Oh yeah, obviously she was stealing his life energy, and now she's coming back. Okay, I'm catching up now. I'm a little tired, y'all. Give me a break.
Okay,
She straight up went full succubus. And
my friend, John Master.
Good Lord, he's dead.
Of course.
It must have been a
okay, I knew his body was going to be in there too.
Multiple.
I knew it.
But from where? Good Lord, forgive me, I don't know. From the
Yeah, I'm usually pretty good about it, but I am so burnt out today, dude. But I am following. I knew his body was gonna be in there.
sky. At least from some terrible height, and yet it's incredible. What's that? The damage is so extensive. I don't want to go into details, but there should be blood. And there's not a trace of it. Not one single drop.
Yo, Marilyn said vampire earlier. That's at least a gold star for her. Sounds kind of vampiric to me.
They say the corpse of one who has become a vampire will always be found as fresh and full of blood as if it had arteries and...
Hang on a minute. So this dude rolls up, falls in love with this girl, right? Convinces her to rob her father's money. Her father then catches them in the act while she was helping him rob her father's money. Her father shoots him, and he curses her? What? How does that make sense? I assumed he was cursing the father. I guess maybe he cursed her to get at the father, but like, what?
veins that sustain life.
I don't know about
I'll be
that.
back shortly. One further note on the vampire legend.
Don't bang ghosts.
The vagrom, the wanderer who seeks blood, having found it, joins the dead in peace. The donor, the victim, must wander between heaven and hell till he finds one to love and nourish him and grant him the sanctuary of the grave. An endless chain which always leaves one spirit unsatisfied and searching for rest. Look out for him or her, whoever you are, whatever you think your armor is. In the end, if there is one single chink, the vampire will find it out. Our cast included Gordon Gould, Rosemary
That got
Rice,
so
Mary Jane
weird,
Higby,
dude.
Robert Max.
Like, what the heck was this episode, bro? Like, it just, like, all of a sudden shifts to a vampire story. Marilyn's the only one that picked up on the vampire thing. I did not detect any sort of vampire freaking subplot. I did not think it was going to go anywhere near a vampire thing. And then in the last 10 minutes, it's like, she's a vampire. Like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess it made sense. Okay, yeah, the coffin in the middle of the maze or whatever. I guess. I don't know. Maybe upon a second listen, I would see that, oh, I just didn't pay attention to this part and that part. But, like, that just seemed to come out of left field for me. I don't know how the hell I thought it was like a ghost thing, but then it turned into not a Maryland thing, a vampire thing. That was weird. The blood thing and not dying onto it. Yeah, no, for sure. They're definitely, now that I'm thinking about it, like, okay, I can see it, but it just seemed to come out of left field for me. I was not picking up on that at all. So I have to give Maryland the 5 stars because nobody else wanted to guess. Nobody else wanted to take the risk and make the leap. So it is what it is, y'all. Next time, take a risk, dude. All right? Take a risk. Make your guess. It's fun. It's funner. It's more fun with audience participation. Anyways, y'all, that's going to do it for me, dude. I have got to go inside. It is so freaking hot out. As soon as I'm done handing these fat gypsy stars out. Good job. 07. What does Maryland get? 5-minute timeout? Ho, ho, ho. Well, there you go. You win. Maryland wins. Oh, I think. Oh, snap. Speak of the devil. Maryland sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. It does mean a lot, and I really appreciate everyone who comes and hangs out and supports and all the great stuff. I saw that Slowboy Whiteboard, our resident clip maker, said that she was uploading a clip over at EPL Clips. I tried finding EPL Clips just by searching it, and you couldn't find it. because apparently there's a bunch of channels called EPL Clips now, and they're all about soccer. So I'm going to post the link right here. Everybody go subscribe to EPL Clips. It's in the live chat right here. You can find the channel. And our homegirl uploads the clips whenever I do something that's, I guess, worthy of clipping, which isn't very often. But today, I think we had a few. I'm kind of curious which one she uploaded. We laughed, we cried, we cringed, we got all uncomfortable when the ghosts started getting a little too comfortable with each other. It was fun. And like I said, we are going to be hopefully doing another radio show tomorrow night. More of a typical stream of ours. And then we are going to be doing a stream with Baselit Analyzer coming up soon. We don't have a date yet. I still have to finish watching the movie and take my notes and whatnot. But the how'd you finish part was gold. Dude, so good, dude. That was freaking hilarious, bro. I love these old episodes. They're so fun to riff off of, and sometimes they do get weird, bro. They get this one got peak weird. At least it didn't let us down like the last one off the best of list. This one was good. So, like I said, guys, if you have any ideas for the AI songs, let me know. Send me a message and I'll mess around with it. If you have anything you want us to watch or cover on the channel, just shoot me a message at any of the platforms, and we will we'll pull it up and do a stream for it. Thank you all so much for being here. Please like and share. And until next time, Lil Ewok signing off. Happy 4th, everybody. Go enjoy your fireworks or go do what I'm doing. Be an old man and go to sleep. God bless. Peace out. Later.